Welcome back to another episode of Manny Things. I'm greatly appreciating you watching this video. Today is going to be a fine day because USPSA just changed the rules and we got to talk about them. Alright guys, so why am I making a video about the USPSA rule changes in 2021? Well, they're kind of a big deal, kind of world-breaking, groundbreaking, cool stuff for the competition inspector, and that everyone's going to enjoy and love. So, here we are. First off, we're going to go through the rules. I'm looking at the change log right here on my tablet, so we're going to go through them rule by rule, what got changed, and why. I think this is kind of important to do and put it out there in a good light in my opinions on these things, besides the rule changing and some clarifications. So the first rule we're going to look at is 9.1.5.1. Now when we look at this rule, the rule states, it strikes wholly within a scoring target of a cardboard target and continues on to strike the scoring area of another cardboard target. The hit on the subsequent cardboard target will not count for score, as the case may be. If it cannot be determined if the struck hits were struck wholly within a cardboard target and subsequent struck cardboard target, a reshoot shall be ordered. Then the next rule they changed was 9.6.1.1 states, if a bullet strikes wholly within a hard cover and continues on to strike the scoring area of a cardboard target, that shot or shots will not count for score or penalty. In that case may be, if it cannot be determined which hit struck wholly within the hard cover and subsequently struck another cardboard target, a reshoot shall be ordered. So, all for hard cover and soft cover is, hard cover. If it strikes the hard cover and then hits another target out range, it's not going to count for score. But if they can't determine it, you'll have to reshoot the stage. End of story. So there's some clarification on that now, which is kind of nice. So there's one rule, 12.3. They removed some duplicate language. They removed a paragraph. No big deal there, honestly. Then in Appendix 1, Item 21, they increased the number of classifiers allowed at a Level 1 match from 6 to 8. So you could have a full 8-stage classifier match if you really wanted to. I don't know why you'd want one, but... Then there's Appendix 3, Stacked Shots. Stacked Shots counts for Virginia count. If you haven't looked at the rule book for Stacked Shots, you probably should because it matters in Virginia count. So they added some clarification to the rules in Appendix 3. So they added some rules to clear this up, which was great on my opinion. Stacked targets. Shooting more than the specified shots at a target or targets while shooting other target or targets with fewer shots than specified in the stage briefing. Example, one Virginia count scored stage requires 2 shots only on A1 and A2, a mandatory reload, and 2 shots only on A1 and A2. Competitor firing 4 shots at T1, making a mandatory reload, and firing 4 shots at T2 is considered stacking, and the competitor will be assessed 2 procedural penalties, one for incorrectly shooting at T1 and one for incorrectly shooting at T2. I highly recommend everyone look up stacking in the rulebook because it does matter. So go check out stacking. Then we get to the division rules that got changed from Appendix D2 to D7, Item 14, which is the flashlight one. It says everything is turned to yes, but they must be functional. So unlimited and open used to have a flashlight that didn't work, was okay, because it couldn't work. Now they have to work, so you can't have a lead shot full X300 or Streamlight TLR one, guys. Has to be functional and has to work at the match. It probably at a major match, if you're using one, it'll get checked at chrono. That's my bet. Then D4, D5, and D7. So that's production, single stack, and carry optics. Item 12. They got removed the reference to Appendix A3, and that would mean Appendix A3 is the diagram with the hip bone. So you don't have to have allied equipment behind the hip bone anymore. So that kind of means everything can be anywhere now, which is really good because that allows appendix carry in those divisions. I don't see a lot of single stack shooters shooting appendix and still having to have all those mags on themselves, but the nice thing is they can have mags near the front instead of behind the hip bone and then reaching all the way on the other side of their butt cheek to get a magazine. And for production that way as well. So I highly like that. Carry optics. It's great. I can move my mag pouch up just like an inch or so, which I have done since the rule change. And I did. And it doesn't give me that much of an advantage. It's not that much faster. I put it on the timer. It's not that much faster, if any at all. My subconscious skill when doing a reload. It's no big deal. All I had to do was make sure I didn't smack my hand on the magazine anymore, which I don't. My finger feels better now. But anyway, then we on Appendix 4, 5, and 7, so production, single stack, and carry optics, they removed the fourth bullet point, removing magazines may not be retained through magnetic means. That means you can have a magnet now. So it's kind of like you can have a magnet just like an open or limited. It's quite nice. I've got mine ordered. It's on the way from Ben Steger Pro Shop. Check them out, guys. They are the fastest shipping, I want to say, in the competitive market. So if you need something besides a magnet right now, because they're probably all sold out, but go ahead, check them out. I'm no affiliation with them. I've bought many things from them, so check them out, guys. Then Appendix 5, Item 18, allowing the single stack weight from 43 to 45 ounces. This was typically an issue with 9mm 1911s being overweight. It's kind of how a certain director of NROI got bumped to open at single stack nets. I'm not going to go into that reason, guys, but it makes sense because the weight's probably kind of really hard to make anyway. Honestly, it's no big deal. And then Appendix 3, they deleted the bottom diagram for behind the hip bone. So those are the rules changes, guys. Now I'm going to give you my opinion here. I think that all these things are great. Anything, in my opinion, that gets more people into our sport is good and the better. So yeah, we might have no more of the tactical guys coming into the play and want to shoot appendix with their weapon light and their red dots for carry optics, or iron-sighted flashlighted gun from appendix. I'm for it. I don't care. They're not going to get that much of a competitive advantage, if any, because they've got to defeat cover, which is fine by me. You know, if that's what they want to do. Or you can put the gun right up front. I don't see how much faster it could be, and it's not going to ruin the game for everyone by allowing it. So I'm for it. I don't care. I will compete how I need to compete and how I want to compete. So there's that. I don't care. It's great. More people into the sport is better, because if anyone's shooting competitively, it's to get better at shooting. And that's my main goal for shooting. So the more we get into the sport, the better. The more people we get to play, the better. You get a bigger pool of competitors. And I think that's great. Let the sport grow. Show that it can be what it can be. And if it puts another sport out of business, I don't care. They've fallen by the wayside anyway, not allowing certain things or having stupid rules. I mean, don't ban me, Joyce, but I don't play it anyway. I don't care. So guys, do what you want to do. Follow the rules. Know the rules. But hey, I want you to get out there and do the things and have a blessed day, guys. So until next time.